Me using my anti-aging face cream and realising it's too late. Me after 10 pints in Lanzarote when someone twists my arm to do karaoke. And this was me when my sister asked me to go easy after my 7-year-old nephew asked me to join in with his friends and play football in the park. Hello folks and welcome back to the show. Today we're doing another video on barbershop fragrances. The last one was popular and there are so many more great ones to share with you. So it's another top 10, well that makes the whole thing a top 20 barbershop fragrances. Before we do that, I've got something a bit special for you today. As you may already know, my recommended USA-based fragrance sampling site is a Decant Boutique. I have a code for you, Mr. Smelly 10, and over there you get an amazing range of designer and niche fragrances. Today we have a special giveaway with this video. So if you want to be included, simply comment "Count me in the comments down below, and then if you want to say something else, that's fine, but start your comment with "count me in," or if you don't want to say anything else, just say "count me in," and you'll be included. And it's actually, they do ship worldwide, so wherever you are in the world you can still be involved, and they're giving away, thanks to their very generous collaboration with me, and I really am grateful to them for this, $100 worth of free samples off their site. So to win $100 worth of tokens, I guess, for the Decant Boutique site, if you just say down there, "Count me in," it's a giveaway. I don't do those very often. Just to remind you also, I'm very, very proud to collaborate with in the UK, Fragrance Samples UK. That is my recommended UK-based fragrance sampling site and the place where I get all my fragrance samples. And actually, as a paying customer, they don't always send me free stuff. So highly recommend them. Amazing range of designer and niche scents there too. And the code Mr. Smelly 10 also works there for 10% off. Okay, so, one other thing. The Decant Boutique, apart from just doing the decants themselves, they have these really great accessories, like these wonderful snazzy sprayers with a twist-off top, these, twist-off, whatever you call that, these really snazzy things, which are just great in your pocket and makes it all feel a bit more posh. So you can actually order your fragrance decant to come in one of those, or just buy them separately as an option, and they come in a nice little thing like this and different colours available, which does make it really nice if you're giving as a gift or something like that. Nice touch. So check out all the fantastic stuff on that website. Okay, let's get stuck into it. So the barbershop theme, again, in my last video I said what is a barbershop fragrance. You can't really define it, but I've got some good ones that I think fall into that category today. They can often be of aromatic fougères, or they tend to be fragrances with a dapper, gentlemanly, slightly old-fashioned style, clean smelling, usually fresh, often green, perhaps powdery and lavendery, things that give you that feeling of just having come out of a barbershop. But now of course there are niche brands who make much more expensive fragrances that have that aura, but maybe they just charge a lot because they can, but they also perhaps use slightly higher quality ingredients, we would like to think. Okay, so where should we start? We'll actually start with one that's not massively high priced. This is a literal barbershop type fragrance. It's an Austrian brand, and you don't say that often, and it's called Alt Innsbruck, and it's simply Alt Innsbruck Cologne, and this is really good. It's like Brut on steroids, just a bit like Brut Fabergé. Comes in a splash bottle, reasonably priced online. It's got this really strong, musky, soapy, powdery talcum powder thing, very old-fashioned, very uncle smell, really cool when you're in that kind of mood. So Alt Innsbruck, check it out. You can find that online around the world. I really enjoy that one. Next up, a little bit of a different thing here. I do feel this has a barbershop aura, and this is Havana from Aramis. First released in 1993, reissued in this series where they put the bottles like this, and to me this definitely has that real fougere kind of structure to it. It's fern-like, it has lavender, I'm pretty sure, in there. It has this soapy aura, but they've put this twist of green tobacco leaf in there, which is really, really interesting. I think it's a little bit polarizing. You're not going to necessarily love it. It's not the tobacco vanille type of tobacco from Tom Ford. I really enjoy this one, and again, it's a real old school dad smell, reassuring. So Havana from Aramis, I definitely feel that has that barbershop air, and it's a great choice for the confident manly man, and that's what I think we should all try and be, shouldn't we? Next up, Roger Parfum Scandal. Someone kindly commented on the last video that perhaps that could be an inclusion, and I think it certainly is. So Scandal, this is the Parfum Pour Homme. There's also a Parfum Cologne, slightly lower price, very similar smell, but maybe lower concentration. Great bottle design, everything. So this has actually been compared to Dior's Eau Sauvage, which is a citrus aromatic. Not exactly barbershopish, but it does have a very long note listing. We've got some lemon and lime and bergamot aromatics in there. There's lavender in there too. And it does have this very much a gentlemanly, sophisticated, dry, green, soapy, and just like a beautiful bar of soap vibe, and that does go with that barbershop type theme. So I really, really like that one. It's not too perfumey. It doesn't smell, we get lots of, Roger Parfums have loads of oud ones and things that are quite sweet and all kinds of exotic notes, and the barbershop fragrances tend to have nothing too exotic, I think, in them, and that's one of the ways we can identify them. But who cares which is a barbershop or if they don't really fit? They're all good fragrances. Don't forget, you can now become a member of my channel. Just click join and you get access to exclusive videos made especially for channel members, and you get back issues of the live streams, which are no longer going to be staying up on my channel. Another thing you can also do is join me on Patreon. If you search Mr. Smelly or click the link in the description, that is where you get an extra weekly podcast from Mr. Smelly, only for Patreon members. I've mentioned this one a lot, so I'll do it quickly. Agua de Colonia Concentrada. I've used loads of bottles of this. Lemon and orange and lavender. Amazing, cheap Spanish cologne. Literally is used in barbershops. Very affordable, and it just gives you that fresh, clean, soapy, lemony lavender smell. I really, really like that. So that is a literal Euro-style barbershop. So in continental Europe, they're often more lemony and citrusy, perhaps because of the warm weather. That acts as a great antidote to the heat. Next up, I think this counts. Denim aftershave, 70s release. Very similar to Aramis by Aramis, the original, but it's got its own little character. Made in Italy, and it just has this kind of, it's a little bit leathery actually. Leathery, that's the difference. Leathery, rugged, soapy, masculine, clean, fresh, old-fashioned. Not everyone will love that. I do, and I think you'll be probably surprised the number of women who do find that kind of smell reassuring. And cheap as chips for that aftershave. Cheating a bit here, I've actually got little sample decants of this. I put Le Barbier de Tongère in the last video. That's a powdery, spicy aromatic fougere. The same bottle would look exactly like this, but the one I'm talking about here, which I have little decants of, is Le Barbier. Did I say that right? Invasion Barber in the last video. This one is Le Barbier de Tongère, and this is amazing. It's a much more recent 2016 release. That one was 2005. This is your classic green, dry, talcum powder, green notes, and aromatics. It's very, very classic, a sort of textbook fougere, whereas Invasion Barber is almost like an oriental fougere. So very, very interesting, very, very good, and I really, really enjoy that. If you want a real, true aromatic fougere, very, very high quality barbershop fragrance, highly recommend Le Barbier de Tongère from MDCI, which doesn't seem to get a lot of critical acclaim. I think that's unfair. Got to do this one next because there's a similarity. Almost a semi-metallic smell is in that one too, and this always gets talked about that way. Egoist from Chanel Platinum Egoist. Okay, it smells nothing like Egoist, and this is really soapy, green, clean, masculine, mid-90s classicness, 1993. I fancy they took a little leaf out of the book of Green Irish Tweed and Cool Water. It has that dihydromercenal type accord in there, but they did something different and unique with it. Polarizing. I know my great friend at Fragrance Samples UK, Greggy Boy 76, doesn't like this one. I think it's really good, but yeah, it's got that real old-fashioned, soapy, a bit corny in a way, but I kind of like. It's nostalgic. It really is nice, and maybe sort of steps away. You don't think of Chanel as your barbershop type brand always, but they do have some that are that way, and I would say that counts, as did Boy from my last video, Chanel Boy. Duc de Vervon's à l'extrême definitely fits the style. Classic aromatic fougere, green, soapy, fresh, woody, masculine. Oh, brilliant stuff. Really, really enjoy that. Like an upscale cousin to Dracar Noir, which could fit in this list, but I think spend a little bit more. Fun bottle, Duc de Vervon's à l'extrême. Highly recommended. We've got two more. My favourite just about fits in the list. Bois de Portugal, my favourite fragrance ever. Bois de Portugal by Creed. Absolutely fantastic. Bergamot, lavender, sandalwood, vetiver, and it's a very rich man's version of a Barbershop, but again, it is that green, soapy, masculine aura that this pervades, but with a little bit more depth and richness and woodiness than some of the others. So I highly enjoy that one. I should mention at this point, actually, Gravitas Essentia, we'll see a little video clip there. We did Gravitas Pour Homme from Norton and Wilson in the last video, but the flanker to that, Essentia, again, is Barbershop defined in, well, how do you define it? We just said we can't. It is very much a Barbershop style fragrance, but upscale from our perfumer, John Stephen. We've added to the Gravitas formula notes of, what are they? Mint, after Artemisia and bay leaf. And it's kind of accented the green citrusy elements and played down slightly the vanillic and powdery elements, although they're still very, very clearly there. And it's definitely identifiable as a cousin of Gravitas Pour Homme. Amazing Barbershop style fragrance. Really proud of that one. Link in the description, nortonandwilson.com. Finally, I think you can argue this has a somewhat barbershopish feel. It's Heritage from Guerlain. This has a lovely patchouli thing in there. It also has vetiver and a kind of a clean masculine aura, but the patchouli stands out as an important note. I've seen other people say it has a barbershop aura, and I kind of think I agree. Habit Rouge from Guerlain, love that one. Doesn't seem to be barbershopish to me. It's something new and different. It's oriental. It's a little bit more groundbreaking. This one has that classic old school 80s vibe. It was released in 1992, and I think who cares about the definition? The point is, it's a really, really good fragrance, barbershop or not. Great prices available for this one online. And Guerlain tend not to mess up their reformulations. They keep changing the bottles and stuff. But you're safe enough with any version, I reckon, of a Guerlain Heritage for a true masculine legend. So that's it. So remember, comment, count me in if you'd like to be in our spectacular giveaway, $100 fragrance sample giveaway with the Decant Boutique, decantboutique.com, linked down there in the description. We've also got my code Mr. Smelly 10 for you. So check it out, folks. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please subscribe if so. Remember, whatever you're doing in life, let's project, and although life sometimes can stink, at least we can always smell good. Bye-bye.
The fragrance I'm talking about is Gravitas Essentia, which is the flanker to Gravitas. It is a really stunning fragrance. And of course, their bottles are absolutely magnificent. They embody my impression of true English sophistication, tradition, honor, and grace.